Hello and welcome everybody to today's Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So today, of course, we'll be covering the biggest trading opportunities right now, how to use fixed odds trading for maximum profits, live market analysis. We'll be identifying high probability trade setups on commodities, and of course, we'll be answering your questions during the course of today's session as well. So before we get started, I will just quickly leave the disclaimer on the screen for you guys. So we'll move over very shortly to the markets we will be trading today. Okay, perfect. Right. So the commodities that we trade at binary.com include the following. So we trade the metals. We trade gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. And on the energies, we trade crude oil. So a lot of our analysis today will be focusing on those markets. So let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is the world's #1 commodities trading and investment coaching company. We're regarded as the go-to authority on commodities, and as internationally traded, respected experts, our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies, and the agricultural markets, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, Global Banking and Finance Review, the Wall Street Journal. Our team of experts has trained and mentored over 100,000 private traders from all over the world to increase their wealth, generate substantial monthly income through commodities using our signature trading strategies. So for more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please feel free to visit our website, which is at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Now we'll move over and we'll have a look at the price of gold at the moment. We just come off the back of non-farm payrolls where we saw the numbers fall short of what was expected. There was an expectation of 200,000 jobs, and the actual numbers came in at 160,000, which I'll talk you through a little bit more detail shortly, but essentially that has been initially bearish for the US dollar, and it's caused some breakouts here on commodities. We've seen a bit of a surge on gold, on silver, on platinum, on oil as well, which we'll take a look at. So gold is currently trading at $1,290 per ounce. And we'll have a look at that more closely on the charts very shortly. Now, I covered this, we did a bit of a brief overview of this last week, and I'll go into a little bit more detail because now we've closed out of the month of April, of course, as we head into May now. We've got an opportunity to look back on the month of April and have a look at some of the data there and the data for the first 4 months of the year so far. So April was another very strong month for commodities. Hedge funds, they kept up the strong buying pace with total net long positions across 18 major commodities rising by 1/3 to more than 1 million lots. So we've seen big inflows into the commodity markets. In fact, commodities have posted their biggest monthly gains since December 2010. They've outperformed returns on equities, bonds, and all major currencies. So oil posted the biggest monthly gain in a year, whilst gold reached the highest in more than 1.5 years, in 15 months. We saw some significant inflows. Gold broke through $1,300 per ounce on Friday last week, and again on Monday this week, we saw gold surging to the highest level since August 2014, up 23%. Year to date, the strong rally seen across the entire commodity complex has attracted investors back into commodities at one of the highest levels on record since 2009. And investors have poured more than $17 billion into the commodities complex since the start of the year. So we've seen some big inflows into commodities. Last week, we saw oil hitting new 2016 highs with the price breaking above $48 per barrel for the first time since November 2015. Some significant inflows. We saw hedge funds increase their bearish positions on the US dollar for the first time in 2 years. And of course, where you see the US dollar breaking down, that is often supportive for commodities, and it adds fuel to the rally that we've seen so far this year on commodities. Precious metals had their best month since 2013 over the month of April. We saw gold hitting $1,300 per ounce. Silver hit $18 per ounce. And so far this year, silver up 25% year to date, exceeding even gold's stellar performance of 23%. So we've seen some big inflows into the metals over 2016 so far. So you see here, hedge funds increased their bullish net longs to the highest on record for silver as we continue to see managed money enter into this market, essentially providing an increase in net longs up to a fresh record of 66 1,000 lots. So we've seen some big inflows into the precious metals so far this year, and overall commodities have been roaring back in 2016. The bullish sentiment for commodities, it's at its highest level since 2009. Capital inflows from hedge funds, investors into commodities, they're near record levels, and volumes across 24 major commodities have jumped by 43% in the last 3 months. So that gives a little bit of a context, guys, of where we are at the moment in the commodity markets. And with that, we'll have a look at our top trades over the last week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies, and we'll have a look at the charts very shortly as well for additional trade opportunities. So first of all, we had a lovely buy opportunity last week on Brent crude oil, where we took a breakout trade for an entry there at $46 per barrel, which followed through really nicely. We also had a nice little breakout trade here on gold last week, entering at $1,254 per ounce, which continued to follow through right up to the 1300s, and platinum to lovely breakout trade going into the close last week, where we entered into $1,021 per ounce, and that followed through for the price to be higher. So we've had some good inflows again over the last week in the metals, and I'll talk you through some of the setups that we're looking at throughout the US session this afternoon. We are going to be using two types of trades, so the higher and the lower type of trade. So very simply, if you select higher, you win the market payout if the market exit is strictly higher than the entry price. So just to recap, if you select higher, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. So for example, in gold, if we were to select the price to be higher than $1,290 per ounce, you just need to get the time frame right. So it could be over a couple of hours, it could be by the close of the day or by the close of Monday or Tuesday. As long as the price closes 1 point higher than our initial entry, we win the entire payout. And if you select lower, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. So for example, again, on gold, if you picked, for example, for the price to close below $1,290 per ounce, and it did by the close or by whatever time frame you specify, as long as it closes 1 point in your direction, you would win the entire payout. Okay, so that is a very straightforward way of taking advantage of binary options when we trade. So we'll move over to the technicals. We'll have a look at the charts. We're coming off the back of non-farm payrolls here. So essentially, let me just go through the non-farm payroll numbers with you before we go over to the charts there. So we've had non-farm payrolls coming in at 160k versus 200k. US average hourly earnings 0.3 versus the consensus of 0.3%. So on target. Unemployment rate was 5%, and jobs report 160,000 jobs added in the month of April versus the expectation of 200,000 jobs. Okay, so ultimately that has been bearish for the US dollar, and it has caused a bit of a breakout on commodities, which we'll take a look at now on the charts. So bear with me, guys, as I just move over to my charts. You should be able to see those very shortly. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, good. So you should be able to see the gold chart at the moment, guys. We're just on gold. I will move it over to the other commodities as well. Just a quick check-in. Everybody can see that, okay? Yep, fantastic. Thanks, Reese. Okay, super. So I'll just do a quick overview for you of a few of the different metals here. So we go over, have a look at platinum as well. Ultimately, you can see here we've had a bit of a pop to the upside on platinum, on gold, and silver this afternoon. So we've broken above the last couple of days worth of highs. You can see it looks like essentially a bull flag formation here. We've had a couple of days worth of pullbacks, and we're continuing to rally at the moment. I do see trade opportunities at the moment on the metals. You've got a very strong trend line actually just underlying the price action here for platinum at the moment. You can see very strong resistance channel, support and resistance channel, which we're currently moving within at the moment. So I'll come back, just park that to one side. I'm going to come back to platinum very shortly. Silver as well, also ramping up. Quite a shallow pullback actually after it reached 1.5 year highs here at $18 per ounce at the beginning of the week. So we had a nice pop to the upside. You can see silver beginning to surge here. Initially on the non-farm payroll, we did see a pullback on the US dollar. It's coming back towards the session highs again today. Very interested to see how the US dollar index is going to close this week. You will note it did break below a major level of support on the chart. So you can see that. And it looks, at the moment, it looks like previous support is becoming resistance. So if the US dollar cannot follow through from this overhead resistance zone, so that's sitting around 93.85, if the US dollar just hits above that level and then rolls over, starts to break down We do have an overhead trend channel here as well. If we can't penetrate through that level of resistance, we could start to see the US dollar roll over, and essentially we could see the metals continue to surge into the close today. So I'm paying a lot of attention to the US dollar to see whether it will just have a failed move at this level. Certainly initially on the USD, on the non-farm payroll numbers, we did see the US dollar break down. It's come back up, it's retraced, but it's holding just underneath key support. The weekly close also very important here for the US dollar, as well as the daily close. So we're watching this very carefully, but essentially, if the US dollar cannot breach or close above 93.85, we could start to see it roll over and break down as we come to next week, and that will just provide us with really the stimulus and the catalyst that we need to see gold, silver, and platinum breakout. You've already cleared here with gold. We've already cleared above the last couple of days worth of highs here, so it does look like we've very simply got a bull flag formation where we've pulled back over the last 2 or 3 days, and then it's getting ready for its next leg up here. Ultimately on gold, if we can breach above overhead resistance here, which is sitting at 1,303 US dollars per ounce, if we can breach above those highs, we could really start to see gold follow through in a big way. So I'll come back to that and some of the trade setups that we have entered, and we've also got a couple of trades that we can get into this afternoon as well. I'll move it over also to oil. Oil, I'm waiting for a little bit more data this afternoon. I want to see how the Baker Hughes reports come in this afternoon, which is at 6 o'clock London time. Now, as we're doing a later session today for Commodities Corner, because we're just coming off the back of non-farm payrolls, there's not as much time to get into an oil trade at the moment. The market will close very soon on binary. But essentially what I'm looking for is to see whether we will form a rejection candle into the close today, and whether that will provide us with a setup as we go into next week, whether we'll have a nice supported bounce, and then we've just consolidated. We pulled back from the recent rally where we broke out last week to 2016 highs. It would just be potentially a short-term pullback, and we're getting ready for the next breakout to the upside. So oil, I'm looking at for a potential opportunity to go long next week. You'll see it has come down to some major support, underlying support technically on the chart. There's also a lot of strong hands in this market right now. If you have a look, a lot of the data, the inflows that we've seen from investors, money managers into oil over the last quarter, we've got a lot of strong hands in this market. So I am interested to take a buy position once we get confirmation. So ultimately, oil is definitely one to have on the radar. Palladium as well. If we have a look at palladium, if it does manage to pop above the last couple of days worth of highs here, we could start to see some good follow through here. I would like to see it just clip above yesterday's highs and also above Wednesday's highs here as well, in order to get a little bit more upside momentum. Now, right now, I would say platinum is moving well. It's one of the front runners here. Silver lagging behind slightly, and gold is moving well as well. I would actually say platinum is the best mover at the moment. So we want to go with the strongest metal currently. So I'm going to go over to platinum, and I'm just going to get my deal ticket ready for a position on platinum, and I'll just bring it over so you can have a look exactly what we're looking at here. So we will just get ready to take a trade. This will be likely a swing trade, just to be in and out of this. Let's have a look what we can get on this 3 days. That's perfect. So we'll be in and out of that by, should be on Monday's close. Yep, super. Okay, good. So we're just on platinum at the moment. So essentially what I'm looking for here is an opportunity to go for a long. So I've got 3 days. I'm looking for a 79% payout on that trade. So $1,116.93 for a $2,000 payout. The duration is 3 days. It is a higher trade, 79% payout, and I'm looking for the price to close above the current price, which is at 1,077 US dollars per ounce. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that buy. I'm going to execute a buy on platinum. Okay, perfect. So that has been done. So I've gone ahead. Let's just mark that on the chart. We've got it into the trade there. So 1,077 US dollars per ounce on binary there. So we just entered into a long. I can see the potential for follow through. Good follow through coming back towards the upper end of the trend channel here. So platinum is looking good for more upside. The other market, I mean, silver, you can see this starting to ramp up a little bit more. Actually, silver is on the move. Let's go back to gold. I do favor gold for more upside as well. So I'm also, as well as I'm going to go for a shorter duration on gold here. I'm going to see if I can just get into a trade to be in and out of this by the close today. Let me see if I can get this on my deal ticket. Let's see how many hours we can go ahead on that. Okay, 5 hours. Yep, that will do me. That's perfect. And 3,000. Okay, good. Okay, so just bringing that across, this is a position I'm looking to take on gold now. Entry at $1,290 per ounce. We've broken above the last couple of days worth of highs. I'm looking to be in and out of this by the close tonight. So within the next 5 hours, which will take us up to 9 o'clock London time. So I'm looking for a purchase. Price to be higher, 81% payout. Deposit is $1,660 for a $3,000 payout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy. See, it's already ramping up, 12.91. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. Okay, perfect. So that has been done. So I've also entered into a gold long. Really, that's what I'm looking at today. I mean, the disappointing U.S. non-farm payrolls for the U.S. economy with an addition of 160,000 jobs as opposed to the 200,000 forecast has so far been treated by the markets as bearish for the US dollar. We saw a bit of a breakdown initially. It was at a point where we looked like we could actually break out. The US dollar could stage a bit of a comeback, but you can see the other commodities are being treated as buying opportunities now across silver, platinum, the metals in particular, but even oil here is getting nice little rejection candles are developing, which is ideal for trade setups as we go into next week. So if there's any questions, guys, do put those in the chat. Ultimately, I've taken a long here on gold and also on platinum. I've taken a swing trade on platinum to be out of that by the close on Monday, and I've taken a gold trade to be out of it by the close in 5 hours, by the close today. Okay, fantastic. So with that, guys, it's a little bit of a quicker, little bit of analysis today because we've got the trades pretty much ready to go now. Just coming off the back of non-farm payrolls this afternoon. So it does look like we could get some good follow through. I would also keep an eye on setups as we go into next week. Essentially, keep a very close eye on gold because if gold does breach through 1,300 US dollars per ounce, it's also likely to start triggering more buy orders. You can see short covering and we could see a nice little pop. That would either happen today or it could happen early at the start of next week. So I would definitely keep an eye on gold and also platinum. Again, platinum, when you trade it on binary.com platform, it's great because you're not having to pay big spreads that you would normally do on other brokers. So when you're trading platinum on binary or platinum or palladium, it's quite lucrative because you only need the trade to finish 1 point in your direction. You don't even need to make hundreds and hundreds of points on these trades. You only need the price to close 1 point in your overall direction that you specify, and you win the entire payout. Okay, fantastic. So with that, guys, I'll bring you back to the main presentation here. And of course, as always, there is an opportunity for you to get exclusive access to all of our live trade ideas ready to implement throughout the week. You can get access to that. So whether you are a new trader, you want to develop a solid understanding of the markets, fast track your results, or even if you're a very experienced trader, but you're looking to really take your trading to the next level, then the private members live trading room, of course, it's definitely an option for you. With the private members live trading room, you get the following. You get exclusive weekly live trading room webinars. You get live trade setups ready to implement, real-time trade notifications so you never miss a profitable trade. You get exact details of where we're entering and exiting our positions, live trade support, help you successfully manage each trade, customized technical charts and indicators to really boost your win rate, exclusive access to our proprietary trading research to give you really the ultimate edge in the markets, of course, plus much more. So in order to get access to that, to the private members live trading room, all you need to do is go across to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, so it's again just www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. From there, complete the application form and we'll of course get in touch with you ASAP. You can also call us either at our UK office, our US office, our Africa office, or our Asia office. Our UK office number is 0207 193 0403. Our US number is +1 646 808 0403. Our Africa office number is +27 11 083 8403. And our Asia office number is 852 8191 0403. Also, if you haven't done so already, you can also hop across to our YouTube channel and subscribe. I would definitely recommend subscribing to the Gold and Silver Club YouTube channel. It's just the Gold and Silver Club. Once you hop along to that, just subscribe and you will be kept up to date with all of our latest analysis as well, just via our YouTube channel. So definitely, if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the Gold and Silver Club as well. Okay, fantastic. So with that, guys, I wish you a fantastic weekend, good trading, and of course I look forward to working with those of you who will be joining us at the Gold and Silver Club. Okay, thanks everybody, take care, good trading, and we'll speak to you very soon.